So how to create a file. Whenever you go to that loop, cuando ustedes van a that loop, the first thing that you're going to do is that you're going to add your loop is in the top right corner. Afterwards, you're going to enter the property address just like it is in MLS. Van a colocar la propiedad tal y como está en MLS. And automatically the app will pull it up. Afterwards, you're going to be choosing the package that you're going to be using. So you're going to be choosing the package that you're going to be using. Van a seleccionar el paquete que van a estar utilizando. If you don't see the as-is contract in any of those packages, you can always go to templates and add it to your loop, okay? Si no ven el contrato de as-is, pueden ir a templates y colocarlo en su loop. Okay, then you hit continue. Then you upload a photo of the property that you're selling, listing, whatever. So you're just going to upload a photo of the property only. Then you're going to click on the loop and on view details. Then you're going to add all the information of the buyers, sellers, mortgage company, title company, escrow company, the lender, so everything. Van a agregar toda la información de sus clientes, de los lenders, del mortgage company y todo eso. Eso es súper importante. That is super important just because in order for that loop and broker sumos, so they can sync, we need all of that. They need all of that information, even your commission information. Okay. So in every single document, you have the option of autofill. Tienen la opción de que se auto llene. No sé cómo decirlo en español. So simplemente tienen que colocar la información. You just have to input the information and that's it. Once the documents are signed and executed, that's when you're going to submit it to compliance. Don't submit the files before they're fully executed, okay? Because if not, it's just going to delay your process. Okay, great. Okay, so to add a document, you just have to add a document to your loop through your email, or you have it on your desktop. You can just go to browse document, and there you can upload it to the loop. Okay, so like I was telling you, all transactions from broker sumo and that loop sync. But in order for that, you need the information of the lenders, the title company, your commission information, and your name has to be just like it is in broker sumo. So your name in that loop has to be the same as it is in broker sumo. El nombre que tienen en that loop tiene que ser igual al nombre que está en broker sumo, because if not, the transactions aren't going to sync. Okay. If you have any questions, you can stop me. You don't have to. Whenever you're creating the CDA, remember that you have to fill all the information in broker sumo, and please remember to add the title company. That this is something very common. That happens a lot, more than I would like to admit. But try to, so every time that you fill this information, you have to input the information of the person that helped you during the closing. Hay veces que esa información está predeterminada. Sometimes that information is predetermined. Necesito que coloquen la persona, el número directo de la persona y el correo directo de la persona. Just in case I need to contact them. It is easier for me to not be calling every single, because you know the title companies, they have different branches. So it is a little hard for me if something happens with your file, because I'm here to defend your commission. So if anything happened with your files, and I don't want to call 10 different branches of the title company. It delays my job a lot. So how to create the CDA? You have two options. You can either go on the top tab that says commission disbursement, or once you fill out all of this information, you have a little, like a blue button that says create disbursement. It will take you right away to create the loop. I'm sorry, the CDA. So before you create the CDA, you have to make sure who is paying for the transaction fee. Okay. As soon as you create the CDA, it will give you two options. It will give you two 395 options. One of the three. Okay. One of those 395. One of that the 395 options. Option is paid by the agent, paid by the buyer, or the seller, whatever, whoever you're representing. So you just have to eliminate the one that belongs to the one who's not paying. If you need to add any contributions, anything else besides that transaction fee, you have to add it to the post commission debits and credits. Okay.
Is that a separate document?
No. It's when you're creating the broker's sumo, the CDA. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do something practical so you can all see what I'm going to be doing, or what you're supposed to be doing. If there is a referral to another brokerage, make sure that you add the name of the brokerage, the name of the agent, and the address that check needs to be mailed to. Because sometimes we receive that transaction, we have to mail out a transaction fee, and we don't know to whom we have to do it, or sometimes the title company just do it automatically, and we don't have to do it. So after the CDA is modified and has all of its debits and credits, you can just hit create disbursement. So once the CDA is at 25%, that means that the CDA is created. So you're going to hit the little envelope that is right next to disbursement created in the box of transaction status, and you're going to select the email for compliance. The email for compliance is compliance@larosalignona.com, and that way I will know that the CDA is created. Preferably, when you submit a transaction for review in that loop, you need to submit the broker's sumo at the same time, because if the transaction is approved, I'm able to send it to the title company, and you get your commission on the table. Okay. So that's how you get your commission on the table. If you need to contact the title company, and you have to know what is the time frame that they need to have the CDA, so you can have all of your files approved, and the CDA approved and everything approved. And if there's any errors or any margins, you can always try to do it ahead before the closing. Don't do it the same day of the closing, because if there's something wrong, I won't be able to approve the CDA, and you won't be receiving your check on the table. Okay. Sí, claro. I'm going to explain a little bit in Spanish. Lo que yo estaba explicando es que si ustedes no someten los files con tiempo de antelación, lo que va a pasar es que si el file tiene algún error o algo, yo no voy a poder aprobar el CDA, y ustedes no le van a dar su cheque en la mesa, que eso es lo que queremos. Aquí solamente queremos que lleguen los cheques del transaction fee. We don't want your commission at all. So yeah, basically that.
Como al menos una semana antes del cierre. Una cuestión
Lo mejor, yeah. Porque si te falta alguna firma, si falta algún addendum or something, ahí en ese lapso de esa semana se puede corregir.
So when do we have to create the CDA?
The CDA, as soon as you submit the file.
A week before close.
No. The CDA you have to create as soon as you submit the file in that loop.
Okay.
Okay, so and you're going to be sending me the email. And you're going to be sending me the email with that will say, oh, such and such created the commission disbursement for your approval.
At the same time.
Yeah, it is the best. If you have a closing on the 15th, today is the 9th, and you submit the file today and it has any mistakes, you have a time frame to correct it. Sometimes some of the agents, they submit files that they have in their email, but are the wrong one because they're missing signatures or, they're missing something. And if you do it at the day of the closing, maybe you won't, if you send it on that same day and you're lucky that everything is approved and that the title company accepts the CDA on the same day of the closing, that is really rare, then you get paid on the table. But if not, we will be receiving the check, and then you'll have to wait a time frame for you to receive your check. Okay? Perfect. ¿Alguna pregunta?
Do we have to create something separate and broker sumo? Or just that loop?
No. This is the CDA that is in broker sumo.
The CDA is broker sumo only?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to show you, because this is more theory than practice. So I'm going to make a loop, and I'm going to submit it for review, and we'll do the same thing for broker sumo. Okay. Okay. So the transaction fees. This is my favorite. So the commissions that are equal or less than $2,000, we charge a 5% of the gross commission plus an $85 errors and admission fee. Okay. When a commission is below 300, we only charge the 5% because it's not fair for you guys. The errors and admission fee, just so everyone can know, is an insurance that covers all of your assets. Sorry for the word, but it covers all of your assets, regardless if there's any errors or anything in your file. Okay, and it's usually used for rentals.
Is it updated to the 85? Because I know before it was stuck like on 50. You have to go in there and edit it.
Yeah, it's updated.
It's okay.
Yeah, I made the update because everyone was like, and all the commissions that are over $2,000 is the $395 transaction fee. Even if it's 2001, is the $395. Okay. If remember that if you're representing the seller and the buyer, you have to pay 2 transactions.
It's a dual transaction.
It is a dual transaction, so you have to pay, or your clients will have to pay $790 because it's $395 times 2.
This is the client paid this transaction fee, not the agent.
Dependent. Yeah, so it's dependent on the agreement they have with their client.
That you have with them.
And if they are able to do it. Because I know that sometimes people are
Sometimes
a little short.
the agent say, okay,
Yeah.
I can do it, I can cover
Yeah.
it, but usually the.
And
buyer
sometimes your commission is
says,
really good, and you're like, okay, $395 is nothing. Mhm.
Like the money fall
Okay. And remember that this transaction fees, you can all input it in the La Rosa disclosure. Lo pueden colocar en el documento de La Rosa disclosure, the amount that your client is going to be paying. Okay. If you decide to charge more than the $395 to your client, you can do it. But you have to put it into the La Rosa disclosure, and in the CDA you have to put it as agent's contribution from client. and input the amount that you're going to be receiving. It can be $100, it can be $1,000, however, how much they're going to be giving you. Just because, but it has to come out from the client. It's not something you have to impose. It's something that has to come out from the client, okay? Si en algún momento quieren cobrar más de $3.95 o más, o por ejemplo, si la comisión es $2,000 y le quieren cobrar los $3.95, el dinero que sobre se le va a acreditar a ustedes. ¿Ok?
Podemos hacer eso.
Sí, en el CDA se coloca como agents, contribution from client, y colocas el amount, pero es algo que no puede ser impuesto, tiene que ser algo que salga del cliente. Okay. Okay, so once the CDA has been approved, you're not able to either create another CDA and it will be locked for you. Cuando el CDA ya está aprobado, no pueden modificarlo y no pueden crear un CDA totalmente diferente para esa transacción. Yo siempre le envío una copia a la casa de títulos y le envío una copia a ustedes del CDA. Si en algún momento no reciben la copia del PDF del CDA, me pueden enviar un correo y yo se los envío por correo electrónico. Every time that I approve a CDA, I send a copy to the title company, and then I send you guys a copy of that too. If by any chance you don't receive the PDF of the CDA, you can always send me an email and I will gladly send it to you over email, okay? Perfect. And if the title company needs a CDA again, because that happens, you can request it via email and please, you can input the email address of the person that is handling your case. Because sometimes, like I said, it is already input the email and the information of another agent, and you guys use it. I don't know why. Well, that's fine. That's fine, as long as there's no issues and they get the CDA. So, on the closing date, whenever you have a transaction cancellation, cada vez que tengan una cancelación de la transacción, we need you guys to inform us. Necesitamos que nos informen, porque that is the way that we need it for accounting purposes, just to make sure how many checks we're supposed to receive every single month. I have some agents that don't even tell me that that I approve everything, but they don't even tell me that the transaction was canceled, and it's a little annoying. And then they upload everything that the transaction was canceled, but they never submitted for approve. So yeah.
And it happens a lot.
Cuando cancelen una transacción, tienen que asegurarse de que nos dejen saber, porque así pues nosotros podemos contabilizar la cantidad de cheques que nosotros vamos a recibir en ese mes, okay? So for the closing day, okay, so if you guys get paid in the table, you need to make sure that we receive the transaction fee, or you'll have to pay for it, okay? So make sure that we receive the transaction fee. Okay, perfect. That is my email. I'm always available for emails. I prefer emails. I learned that the hard way. And if you receive calls from here, it will be probably be me, because of if you have any submitted files and you receive a call from the office, it will probably be me, because I need to confirm something or modify something or whatever. I'm here to help you more than anything, and I need you to help me too.
Sophia, and how many days do we have exactly after we have an executed contract to submit it to you?
As long as you want to, before the closing.
It's not a deadline to.
It depends on the title company.
But also compliance have up to 72 hours
Yeah.
to approve your file once you submit the file.
Okay, oh, so there's no rush. If I got an executed contract, I have to submit like 24 hours.
Yeah, but try to submit so instead of submitting one file, submit everything.
Everything together, like
When
all
I have
documents.
everything.
Yeah, once you have everything, you can submit it for review, okay?
Like, yeah, it's very important that, you guys know, because sometimes it happens that she knows. Like, some agents submit a file, like, probably, let's say the closing day is today, they just submit the file this morning, and they calling, listen, I submit the file.
Rushing me.
And rushing, like, and hello, she have up to 72 hours to approve her file.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
Christina.
So
Christina,
my
have a
question
question.
is, if the file is not approved, and it's on dot loop, and it's not going away from broker school, and it's in dot loop, do we need to call you or notify you that the?
you can send me an email.
Fail,
Yeah.
It fell through, even though you didn't approve it,
Yeah.
okay.
And you have to delete the, I don't know if you're able to delete the
No, we can
transaction.
No, it just archive.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
archive
I
it.
don't know if you
No.
needed to know that.
If you haven't submitted the file, you like,
It's
that's
just
fine,
okay.
that's
Okay,
fine.
just wanted to make sure.
that's fine. But if you submitted the file and I approved everything and you see that I'm doing my part, please do yours and tell me, let me know, just let me know. You don't have to do anything, just let me know so we know that we won't be receiving that check.
Sofía, ¿puedes devolver lo que es allí? En el día de si la gente le paga en la mesa, debe ser de su importancia asegurarse que la compañía de título envíe el cheque. Nosotros tenemos que llamar a la compañía de título antes.
Si a ustedes le pagan en la mesa el día del cierre y usted tiene que cerciorarse de que este cheque llegue a nosotros, tiene que cerciorarse de que la dirección en el cheque esté correcta y que todo esté correcto para que nosotros recibamos ese cheque.
Y el nombre de la rosa, porque normalmente, o sea, nos llega mucho un cheque a nombre de corporate. Por ejemplo, la Rosa Realty LLC.
Or
la oficina corporativa.
Or La Rosa Realty Kissimmee or any.
Exacto. So, tienen que asegurarse que diga la Rosa Realty Lectona Inc. Es muy
Yeah.
importante. Y es la responsabilidad de ustedes como agente, cuando se le pague la mesa, de que nosotros, de que esa información esté correcta, como dice Sofía, el nombre y la dirección de nuestra oficina, para que entonces no pueda llegar el cheque.
Yeah.
Esa es responsabilidad de ustedes como agente.
That way, when I verify, because I do a report monthly of how many checks we received and how many files have been approved. That way, I have it more organized.
And it's crazy how many, files we have that we didn't receive our transaction fee.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a long list.
Si no está, si le llega a usted así, le llega mal.
Si no llega mal, entonces tenemos que llamar a la casa de título
Yeah.
para que nos envíen hagan otro cheque. Le
Yeah.
hacen un boy y eso, pero es un proceso largo porque hay compañías de título que te responden rápido. Pero hay otras que le ha pasado a Sofía y a mí también, contabilidad, lo llamamos, no nos comunicamos, mandamos emails y nos responden hasta semana después. So, por eso tenemos muchas direcciones de que no hemos recibido el transaction fee o que no necesito.
Mm-hmm.
You would let us
Entonces,
know
aquí
if you didn't get it?
I'm sorry?
You would let us know if you didn't get it?
Yeah.
Like, let's say if I had a closing last
Yes.
month and you didn't get it, you would
I'm
tell me,
doing- I'm
so that I
doing-
can do this work and ask
Yeah, so I'm doing the report
you?
for last month, and I have around 44 transactions that I didn't receive anything. 44 transactions that I didn't receive anything. I approved around 181 transactions last month, and from all of those 44, I didn't receive anything. So I'm doing. If you receive a call from me, within today or tomorrow, hopefully today I'll be done with that. It will be because of that. I will be.
What was the mistake? What happened? And the title in the end with the agent was.
Mhm.
It's mistake that he don't-
And that's why I need the right information for the title company, because it could be an issue with the title company. It doesn't have to be your mistake. No tiene que ser error de ustedes.
Y allí dice en ese caso, o sea, pues
O sea, lo tienen que pagar.
nosotros.
Es responsabilidad de ustedes como agente. Shimi, what the problem is, honey, that sometimes it's not your guys' fault. It's just like if you guys got paid at the table, you guys have to make sure that we're gonna receive our transaction fee. Sometimes we don't get it because those title companies probably forgot to send it to us.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's
it's
not.
just because they have the wrong address or the wrong name on, like Rosa, we actually.
Or they send it somewhere else.
They send it to
That
someone
happens,
else.
It
It happens
doesn't-
a lot.
it's not always your fault. It could be the title company, the title company's fault too. So, you just have to make sure that we receive it.
Because I never did transaction,
Mhm.
so I don't know exactly, but when you
Right.
say on the table, you receive from the what do you mean? They
You-
pay
you-
you there?
Yes, they give you
You-
a check on the, under your name. So
doesn't
whenever
come
that
to you,
happens-
you will give it to us.
Right. So whenever that happens, like you get paid at the table, you get your check at the table, just make sure, oh, you're gonna send my broker their transaction fee? They say yes. Okay, so make sure, it has the right address and name.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's basically that. Yeah. You can ask for the tracking number
Yeah,
because
or the check number.
they could send it through FedEx, UPS, USPS. So that is a good option too. You can ask for that and the check number.
I thought that we always receive the check from La Rosa from here, not in the table.
Not always. I mean, most of the title company does it, like just
Mhm.
send it to us. So we receive the check. Once we receive the check, we we register and we deposit the same day. We do deposit every day. It takes 3 business days for that check clear on our account. As when that check is clear, then accounting will go ahead and call your check.
So also, I forgot. That's fine. I'll remember.
Yo tengo una pregunta.
Dime.
Cuando a veces uno pone la información de la compañía de título y a veces algo que ya está seteado con una dirección diferente porque son varias oficinas y nos da la opción de modificarlo.
¿Cómo así?
El CBA.
Ajá, cuando estamos haciendo el proceso.
Okay, so cuando estás en el CDA,
Ajá.
cuando tú colocas el title company, a veces de buena primera no te permite. Hay un glitch en el sistema. So para eso tú le das, tú lo vuelves, sigue intentando hasta que lo agarres. Yeah, no, but that happens even to me because, like I told you, I'm here to help you, and whenever and the ones that I've worked with close, they know that I do whatever it takes so you can receive your check on the table, or so you can have your money as soon as possible. So if that happens, you can also send me an email or anything, and I will try to make my best to help you. Mhm. Okay, perfect. So ahora hay tiempo todavía. Vamos a hacer un loop y vamos a crear una cuenta de un CA para que vean cómo es el proceso. Okay. El loop lo voy a hacer súper superficial. It's going to be very superficial the way that I'm going to create the loop, just because we're running out of time. But if you have any questions or anything, you can always send me an email. Text me. I'm in the WhatsApp group too. You can always text me there, and I will respond. Porque sea tan chiquito. Okay, perfect. So this is how it looks for me, because every single file that I receive from you guys, it shows up here. But I won't be able to submit it. I will just show you how to submit it. Because if I submit it, it will go to corporate, and we don't want that. Okay, so there ahí van a colocar la dirección. I'm going to put 123 test. Main Street. Just anything, honestly. And then I'm going to select the template that I'm going to be using. Oh, and then we're going to hop into the file, the document that I just gave you. So you know, what do you actually need once you submit a file? En ese documento que yo les acabo de entregar, van a ver qué es lo que realmente necesitan al momento para que su file esté aprobado. No me tienen que poner nada extra de ahí. Si no es necesario. There you can upload your photo. And then there is creating the loop. So let's say, okay. So let's say that everything here is executed. Here says not submitted, right? So whenever you have this 3 girls, it won't allow you to submit the file, okay? The La Rosa wire fraud prevention notice, the La Rosa MLS broker synopsis instructions, and the La Rosa's received instructions. So this 2, you can archive them. That way you will be able to submit the file without any issues. Okay. And then this one, I think you're able to use it. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, you're able to use it. Here you can just put the roles and who is signing. Why it looks so small? And who will be signing and everything, okay? Okay, great. So to submit it, you just have to click here and click on submit for review. And there, if you don't have the right information, that box will pop up, okay? And there you have to fill out all of the information regarding the title company, the mortgage company, and everything. Where also you can see where you can input the information. Oh, here you can add the people. Aquí pueden agregar las personas, sus clientes, sus lenders, y todo eso. Here you're going to choose the loop status. If it's active, this is terminated, under contract, all the good. Y aquí van a colocar la información. Pueden colocar o el, déjame colocarle test so I can archive it later. Okay, so here you can either use the name of your clients. It won't say use custom name. It will say client name or seller name or whoever's name, or the property address. If you use the property address, it is easier for me. At the time that I'm going to be correcting your file, authorizing your file and everything. That way I can see if it adds up or if there's any mistakes in that area. So here you put the title company information, then here you put the purchase sales price, sell commission rate. If you have any split, any referral or anything, you can put input in there. So here you put the contract agreement date and the closing date. You have to put the closing date so we can sync with that loop. I'm sorry, with Broker Sumo. Okay. The offer dates, I don't think that's very important. You can add it. The contract information, that is the transaction number, class number, and the type of the contract. If you have any referrals, you can input it in there. Here you have the listed information. Remember that whenever you have a listing, you do have a contract with the person that you're listing, the person that owns the property. So you are going to put all of that information there. The geographic description that you will pull it out from MLS. The property description. Ahí van a colocar, there you're going to put the year that it was built, the bedrooms, and all of the information. That, I don't think you have to fill it out. No, it's not necessary. Yeah. So yeah, that is that loop. If you're looking for any files, if you need any file, if you're going to be contributing something to the client, you can just go to templates and hit on, sorry, Lake Nona master documents. And there you can put contribution letter. And then you have two options to the seller or the buyer. So yeah. You just have to be constant. It's like if you're learning something, you have to be constant. And with the practice, you'll become a pro. So where is, I'm looking. So with Broker Sumo, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use 1, 2, 3, whatever. Do any of you have any transactions that need the CDA created? Because we can do it here.
I have a transaction on that look that I have done on my broker Sumo.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to, we can do it here. That way we have a real example. That's how it looks for me. I have a little bit of more things than you guys. Yo tengo más cosas que ustedes, pero es porque tengo que, por el tema de la aprobación, because I have to approve your files. Why it looks like that? Oh God. Bueno, maybe it's because, maybe it is because it's in the TV. So what transaction type it is? A listing. Okay, great.
So you went to broker Sumo and add new transactions.
Add new transactions. Yeah.
Same way you did with that.
Yeah. It will be under transaction. So as a listing, it will only give you one option, single family home. What mortgage company you're working with?
Evolution Mortgage.
Sophia, una pregunta.
Mhm.
Yo pensé que toda la información automáticamente se transfería de Outlook a
Well,
Broker.
yeah, so so the information syncs once you input all of the information. You have to input all of the
Oh, I
information.
have to go
Yeah.
again.
You have to.
Okay.
What is the sales price?
333.
No, I'm sorry, that's the listing. It's the same.
The list price.
The listing price is the same as the sales price. Okay.
330 is the listing price.
How much?
330.
Okay. And 333. Ah, okay. Is 330,000 or
The sales price,
yeah?
the offer, the contract came with 333.
Okay, so it's good.
The sales price, 333?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. When is the listing date? When was the listing date?
I think it was November 1st.
Okay. And you're already closing?
No,
When you're closing?
December 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Must be closed in order to submit it.
Yeah, you have to submit it. But no, you don't have. We're just doing an example at the same time
Yeah,
we're
we are on the
helping you.
contract. We are on the contract.
Okay, that's fine. And
It
the
was
listing
listed on November 1st, and it was under contract on November 8th.
and the expiration date of the listing?
And the listing agreement?
Mhm.
Listing agreement was like around 6 months. Something.
6 months, okay. So sería para abril.
So, yeah, April something. listing expiration date is the time frame for the listing agreement.
Okay. When was the contract acceptance date? The 8th. Okay, so it was. And you told me that the estimated closing date will be on December 31st?
The date for closing and contract is December 3rd.
3rd, okay. Great. So after that, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just going to put the same date. What is your commission?
2%.
Okay. Great. Do you have any referrals?
No, it'll be 2 and 2.
Okay. No, that's so. Whenever you're creating the broker sumo, you don't have to input the information of the other agent.
Okay.
It's not necessary. We don't want to know how much they're getting in commission. We just want to know your information on that side. Okay.
Doesn't matter if it's listing or.
Yes. No, it doesn't matter. If you're, just your commission, if you're a listing agent or seller, or the seller's agent, or, so here we're going to input the address. What is the address?
3626 Roderick Circle, Orlando, 2824.
United States, 328 24. Orlando, Florida. Okay, great. So if you want to, you can input the MLS information. If you want to, it's not necessary. I'm just doing what is necessary for me to approve your file. Okay, you can go overboard. That's fine. But I'm just doing what is necessary for you guys to get your file approved. Okay. So you're representing the seller. So you're just going to put your seller's info, okay? Wow. What is the name of the person?
The seller is Jorge Padilla.
Okay, great.
LLA.
Perfect. So you just have to put the name. Because sometimes whenever I call the title company, they will only ask me for the name of the person that you're representing. They won't ask me anything else. So here we're going to put your name. Carla. Great.
And if you create it, it'll be fine for me to create my broker sumo?
No, I'm creating it already for you.
Okay.
That's why I asked if any of you had any transactions pending, so we could use it as an example. Okay. Perfect. So here you can see in what commission plan you're under.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you're in the 100% commission plan. You're not in coaching.
No.
Okay, so there you save changes. And now, so you see that it is still 0%, right? Todavía está en 0%. Aquí, so here's asking me for the title company information. What is the title company information?
The Bruni Henderson.
Pardon?
Bruni Henderson.
Like that. Or like that.
ROON.
That one, I think, yeah. That one.
PA. Bruni Henderson.
PA?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well.
Law offices of Bruni Henderson, PA.
Okay. And who is the person that is assisting you?
Bruni Henderson.
Ronnie. Sorry. So you save it, and his email address is Henderson. I'm sorry, R Henderson.
Our Henderson.
And do you have his direct phone number?
Direct.
Or
The
or
office.
he uses the same phone number as the office? Because I know that some of them have their direct office number.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
It is 407-855-1600.
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah,
office.
that's all.
Okay. Great. If he doesn't have any other phone number, we're going to be saving the changes. If you go back to transaction info, it will give you, like I told you before, les va a dar la opción para crear el disbursement. It will give you the option to create the disbursement underneath and on top, okay? On top, you're going to find it here, commission disbursement. So there you have like all, like everything. I'm sorry. This thing. I don't know why it looks like that. Roderick Circle. Okay. So we're going to commission disbursement. So like I told you before, it will show you right ahead the premier transaction fee paid by agent and paid by client. Okay, who is going to be paying? Okay. So if your client is paying for the commission, you're just going to hit the trash can on the one that is red.
Well, again,
So
if they are paying.
Yeah.
The transaction fee.
yeah, if they're paying the transaction fee, you have to delete the one that says premier transaction fee paid by agent.
Oh, okay.
And since it's a debit, it will show up in red. Si está en rojo, es un débito. So you just have to click on the trash can and delete it, okay? So this is the amount due to the brokerage. This is the amount that we want to receive, the $395. And that's it. Then you hit create disbursement.
So basically, at the closing of the title company, we have to make sure the title company has 2 checks, one for us and one for you guys.
Sometimes not all, I'm going to get into that. Not all title companies give out 2 checks.
Okay.
They might only make one under our name. So they'll send it, or you'll have to bring it. Sorry.
Or is wrong. Right?
Yeah, or it's wrong. We had a little story, me and Tony. The checks, he was under coaching, he graduated. But the checks that we received were totally wrong. We only received one check that was right. So I had to call the title company. I had to harass the title company basically, because they wouldn't pick up, they wouldn't appear. And I told them, okay, we're going to be voiding this checks, and we're going to be sending, I need you guys to make new ones for us with the right amounts. And I sent them an email. The person that was assisting Tony was very hard to find. I don't know why. She was very hard to contact. But he got his check like 2 days after. So yeah, I'm here for that. I'm here. I really just want you to get you guys your check. Yeah, so a veces ellos no dan los 2 cheques, solamente dan un cheque. Entonces ese cheque tiene que llegar a nosotros. Si tienen algún monto incorrecto, ya ahí nosotros hacemos, son ustedes los que lo tienen que hacer. Yo, a ver, si tengo el tiempo, yo lo hago y me encargo de que ustedes reciban ese cheque. Pero siempre vamos a mantener el contacto si el cheque está mal. Entre ustedes, yo y la casa de títulos, siempre vamos a estar en contacto. Si hay algún error o algo, yo te voy a llamar. Y pues yo primero voy a contactar a la casa de títulos. Si no logro comunicarme, yo te voy a llamar a ti. Porque yo primero trato con la casa de títulos. Porque yo sé que cada quien tiene su vida.
Pero como ella preguntó que si salía un cheque a nombre de los 12 y un cheque a nombre de ellos.
That's the best. Eso es lo mejor. Eso
That would be
sería
the
lo
best.
necesario.
Eso sería lo mejor. If you receive 2 checks, that would be the best. But you have to ask the title company, what are the requirements so you can receive those 2 checks? Because sometimes they ask, oh no, can you please put it in the CDA? Just that. Or, oh, can you please have your brokerage cost? Or, something like that. You have to check out what is the requirement so you can receive your check. If not, we're going to be receiving it, depositing it into our account, and just giving to you your commission, okay? Perfect. So if you see here, the commission, the CDA is in 25%, right? So you just have to click in the little envelope. Wow. You're going to select who you're going to be sending it to. So you always send it to me if until it's otherwise. If Norquist wants to receive that, then you just have to mail it to her. Yes.
So nowadays, agents like to put like 2% minus their transaction fee.
Mhm.
So say 2% minus 395, let's just say.
Mhm.
How do we put that in a CDA now?
Yeah, sure. I'll show you.
It would be under post, right? Under the post,
If you're going to be paying for the 395,
that's the 395 for here. The listing agent, they've been doing now is writing like, they'll give us 2.5%, let's just say, and then you pay minus 300.
you can put it. Yeah, you can.
That's paying their transaction.
Yes. So you can do it either on pre or post.
On either one.
Yeah.
You just specify that
Yeah, you just
listing agents.
yeah, listing agent transaction fee.
So if it's not under word name, we just make it up? Like we just write the words there? Okay.
Yeah, and you put the exact amount that you're going to be paying to that listing agent.
Yeah, okay.
Ese sobre exactamente que tú dices, ¿dónde está el envelope?
Pardon?
O lo que-
El envelope. Okay, so the envelope is in the transaction status box right next to disbursement created. So you just have to click on it and send me an email. Perfect. So any questions regarding this? ¿Alguna pregunta?
Regarding something else. So like for me, that I did that rental, and I know I forgot to submit in. But now I have the listing agent who doesn't want to sign the referral fee paper, so she swears up and down that she already signed it, and now she's not gonna sign it again. Even though I sent it to her. on the
You
second
already
day.
have had her. I'm going to say.
She never signed it.
Well,
It says
she
that
never
she
signed
viewed it.
anything.
It says she viewed the document, but she never signed it. When she tells me she signed it, she doesn't need to sign it. So she doesn't have to sign it again. When you go on that loop, it's clearly not there.
Okay. If that happens, you can always attach. You have emails or text or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emails, yeah, I do everything through email.
Okay, perfect. You can do print screen on that email and create an extension form in Dazzle explaining what's going on, and you can put your signature there.
Okay.
And that way I can just go ahead and approve it. Okay. Si en algún momento tienen algún problema con el cliente, porque hay clientes que no quieren firmar. Hay clientes que no quieren firmar, por ejemplo, la loss and disclosure, el wire fraud, o a veces tenemos agentes que son totalmente un dolor de cabeza. O sea, agentes no ustedes.
Ajá, sí,
Estoy hablando de agentes de otros lugares que son un dolor de cabeza, que no saben hacer su trabajo. Siempre pueden subir la prueba de que no es por culpa de ustedes, ya sea un correo, un mensaje de texto y un extension form. El extension form lo pueden encontrar en Dazzle, en los templates. Lo pueden agregar así, ¿ok?
Eso es, estamos hablando del caso de que el cliente no quiera pagar el transaction fee.
No, que no firme.
Que no firme un documento que se necesite. La Rosa disclosure, even if it's with the amount in zero, they have to sign it.
And Christina, what I should say about the email, you have to submit that to,
Yeah.
compliance plus the exemption form that you
Okay,
need to.
that's fine.
Yeah, everything that you upload that is relevant for your,
Yeah, 'cause
so you
it's
get,
been, maybe heading on a month now.
I know. So if you, anything that is relevant, so you can get your commission,
Uh-huh.
you need to submit it to me so I can approve it, okay? If there's any errors, I will definitely send you a message through that loop, okay? Si hay algún error, yo les voy a enviar un mensaje por that loop. Y a veces me da como un cosito. I feel sometimes a little embarrassed because it's, even though I don't have to feel embarrassed, but because I don't want to bother you guys, I don't. I try not to. But if I have to, I will, until I get it right. Because I'm here to protect your license
Exactly.
Yeah.
and the
the
company's
broker
license
Yeah.
I want
and
you to
Norton's
call me.
license.
I'd rather you call.
Yeah,
And everything has to be in compliance, everything, because you never know. With the DPR, they don't, if, they just show up, they don't even, let us know, like, probably they will let us know, we're gonna be at the office, like, tomorrow. But if they come, they will do like, okay, they just mentioned like your guy's name, like, let me have Christina, Jaylee, and then she needs, file. And they don't, I mean, it's just random.
yeah, they do it randomly.
So,
So regarding this, you all have it, right? So here you'll have all the files that you need for each transaction. All the files that are necessary, they're usually in the package. But I had an interesting conversation with one of our agents the other day. She was like, oh, the seller's property disclosure is optional. And the seller's property disclosure is optional. And I had to explain to her that it's not optional. That we need it, and she was listening. That we need it in order for us to approve our file. So whenever you're representing the seller, these are the files, the ones that are in the top, these are the files that you will need for sure. If there is something extra, like the house was, or the building or whatever was built on or before 1978, you need the lead-based paint disclosure. If the seller hasn't occupied the property, you have to submit the seller non-occupancy disclosure. It has a big box saying, and you can write down, seller hasn't occupied the property.
So that's instead of the.
Instead of the seller's property disclosure, I see that a lot of our agents, maybe because they don't know, they upload the seller's property disclosure and they just put a lot of things on top saying, oh, this is not necessary, seller has never. But it's like in every single page, not like, I don't want to see that. It is not necessary. I feel like it's more work for you. The seller non-occupancy disclosure is only one page.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is basically all that. You have also, when you're representing the buyer, you have all the documents. The only difference once you're representing the buyer and the seller is the exclusive right of listing agreement. That is the only difference. When you're representing the seller, you have to put the exclusive right of listing agreement. There's also another document in Tableau that I've been seeing in a lot of your files that is maybe it's exclusive right of brokerage agreement. That in that file you can input the amount that you're going to be receiving for commission, but that also is on MLS. So it's up to you, depending on the client that you have, depending on who you're working with, you can use that too. Okay. Then the next 2 pages is, the next 2 pages, this one is for the new construction. So whenever you have a new construction, the construction companies, they usually have their own, contract. So you just have to upload that contract, the wire fraud prevention, and bill of rest disclosure. And you have to make sure that the brokerage agreement or the commission agreement, however they want to call it, is in that contract, or you can upload it, on the side. It doesn't have to be under that contract. And the next one is for the rentals. Whenever you're presented the landlord or the tenant. So when you're representing the tenant, you just need the broker synopsis and the referral agreement. Or any document that is saying that you will be receiving that amount, for commission. And, when you're representing the landlord, you need the exclusive right of lease agreement, the lease agreement, and the broker synopsis. And that's it. If there's any HOA addendums for a rental and they need the person to sign it, the tenant to sign it, you have to upload it too. But yes, it is basically that. If you have any questions. Huh? Oh, okay, that's fine. But if you have any questions, you can contact me via email or text, and I will be answering or helping you in anything that you need.
Thank you. Identify that she always comes to
Thank you for coming.